that does.
Another movie that deals with upper crust society, which I'm sure you loved, uh,
Oh
is,
boy.
is Animal Crackers,
Animal
which is
Crackers.
more or less the same movie as the last Marx Brothers movie that we watched.
Yeah, pretty much. I wrote down almost a remake of the Coconuts. Like, in terms of its characters, its plot, it's remarkably similar. And they were sort of like, let's do another one of these. Change nothing. Change like
Yeah.
the bare basics of the premise, and the character names, and that's about it. You were correct. I did not enjoy this one. I was very excited, having never seen any Marx Brothers movies, to like, all right, we're gonna get to go watch Marx Brothers stuff. I'm sure that's gonna be great. And I don't know. So far, it's like 0 for 2 with the Marx Brothers for me. I do
Maybe
not.
we should take a break until Duck Soup.
I think we should. Yes, I think until 33, we should take a break from the Marx Brothers, because I get what their shtick is, and I don't enjoy it.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, like, I enjoyed Coconuts. This is probably better than Coconuts. It's more
Marginally.
It's like less incompetently made.
It's
and
still kind of a mess, though. Like, there's still like there's we're talking about the sort of weirdo European avant-garde shit. This is a Hollywood movie, and there's just straight up bad edits in this, and like
it's a New York movie. It was filmed in New York or New Jersey.
I know,
or something.
but it's like, it's not well made. Like, it's the only real merits this movie has, I think, are its writing and its performances, neither of which I particularly enjoyed anyway. But yeah.
So this is sort of another situation where the Marx Brothers are all kind of playing similar characters to who they were before.
Yeah.
Except in a different setting rather than in Florida. I don't know where this is supposed to be.
I think it's Long Island.
Long Island, yeah.
It's at a fancy house in Long Island.
And Groucho Marx is an adventurer who has done some mildly racist things in Africa, and he's coming home to regale an upper crust party about his adventures in Africa, while at the same time there is being revealed a $100,000 painting that is the pride and joy of the owner of the house, and then there are some hijinks involved with crime related to the painting, like there were crime hijinks in the last one as well.
Much like in the Coconuts, there are sort of like competing heist plans to steal or replace the painting. Like the Coconuts, this is also based on a stage musical that shared a lot of the same cast. I mean, Marx Brothers, and I think most of like the key cast members carried over from the stage version.
And we had a key cast member who carried over from Coconuts too, which is Margaret Dumont, who kind of plays the rich woman who is sort of the most immediate foil to Groucho's jokes, where she just kind of smiles and goes, "Oh, you know."
Right. To the point where there's, oh my god, there's one of them that is just, it's so absurd that like I couldn't deal with it.
What are you talking about?
There's a bit where a bunch of women show up, and Groucho, playing Captain Spaulding, which is a character name that has been reused in other things. It was in Devil's Rejects, and also there's a character in MASH named Captain Spaulding.
And it was initially named after a guy who was a real army captain who got busted for dealing cocaine to Hollywood people.
Didn't know that. There's a bit where a bunch of young ladies show up, and Captain Spaulding says, "I'm gonna sow a couple of wild oats," basically saying, "I'm gonna fuck all these ladies." And the old upper crust people are like, "Oh, isn't the captain amusing? He's so charming." And it's like, is he? I don't know. I don't see it that way.
Right.
Which I guess is the joke, but
this movie has some, kind of edgy references to sex, I guess. Some of which were cut out when it was re-released kind of deep into the code era.
Yeah, this movie it's very cheeky, right? It's very like, check this out, man. It's as is the Marx
Including
Brothers way.
Yeah, including Groucho talking to the camera as he might talk to the audience on the stage version.
Yeah,
Uh,
but it isn't even like it's like that thing obviously works sometimes, right? Like everyone loves Fleabag because it's great, and I know that it's almost like a joke now to have like characters talk to camera because it's like it's a very common thing to do. And I think it's not the easiest thing in the world to pull off, but when it's done well, it really works. I think. I don't really think it's done well here. It feels like the sort of thing that would work on stage,
yeah.
where he then just turns the audience. He's like, "Check this out."
I don't
But
think he does it quite as much in this one, but there is one part where he's doing one of his million jokes that he does, and he's like, and he goes to the camera and he's like, "They can't all be great, right?"
right, and I was like, "Correct, sir." 1 out of 10 is not a great ratio. I think a lot of this probably worked better on stage than it does in the movie. It feels very stagey, right? Like
For sure.
a lot of the
Yeah.
sets feel like stage sets. A lot of the blocking feels very theater inspired. It doesn't feel like a lot was done to sort of adapt this from the stage version so much as just sort of like we're gonna film it with cameras and then
Yeah.
release it to people.
It's pretty restricted in terms of number of locations too. Like
Mm-hmm.
they didn't do anything to make it, take advantage of it being a movie. It was probably just made pretty quickly
Yeah.
and cheaply.
The performances feel very stagey, which I think with sort of the more like the Marx Brothers themselves, I think kind of can get away with it because they're playing such big, broad comedic characters. But I feel like the supporting cast that are all ostensibly playing normal people, which is another thing in this movie where like everyone else in the movie is just acts like a person, and then the Marx Brothers characters just act like maniacs, and no one even seems to really acknowledge this.
They're just kind of annoyed at them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it works. Like I don't maybe there's some disconnect between the stage version and the film version, and that's what is making this feel so stilted and not very funny to me. I might just not like the Marx Brothers shtick. I don't know, because
I know. Doesn't it feel a little blasphemous to say?
2 movies in, I'm like, I don't like these guys. I don't think they're funny. Like, there are jokes that work. Like, occasionally, I got a couple laughs out of this movie, but I could count on one hand the amount of times I actually laughed during this, almost 2-hour long motion picture. And a lot of those are like physical comedy gags, are things that would have worked in a silent movie.
I will say that Harpo's physical comedy is a little bit helped by his like horn honking, which you can't have in a silent movie. But that horn really that kind of adds a lot.
It's a very funny sound, so you throw that in front of anything and it helps. I think maybe the single funniest joke in this for me was towards the very end of the movie, all the silverware falling out of Harpo's coat that he's presumably been stealing over the course of the entire movie, and it's just like a steady stream of silverware just like falling out of his coat sleeve, and it goes on and on and on and on, and it's like, how, it's more silverware than anyone could ever fit in any garment of clothing. It's just like this absurd cartoonish amount of silverware falling out, and it's funny. It's, I think, similar. There was a similar joke, I think, in The Coconuts where like he runs off screen, he comes back with like way too many tools to try to break someone out of jail, and then he has the key anyway. So it's like there's some good like prop comedy that I enjoyed.
I mean, I like some of Groucho's like stupid lines, which
some of them work.
just...
I mean, a lot of them are like, they're kind of funny, but they're also just groan inducing, right? They're so like dad joke pun things.
We tried to remove the tusks, but they were embedded in so firmly we couldn't budge them. Of course, in Alabama, the Tuscaloosa, but that's entirely irrelevant to what I was talking about.
I mean, I wrote down a couple jokes that I enjoyed. There's another physical comedy thing is someone writes a check and they drop it and it literally bounces off the floor.
Yeah, the
That's
check
pretty
good? And then he drops it on the ground.
And it bounces literally. There's a bit where I think Harpo sits on someone's lap while they're playing bridge, and he says, "Oh, he thought it was contact bridge," which is
that was good.
that's a good joke. A couple Groucho bits. I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How I got in my pajamas, I don't know. Like, just wordplay stuff. It's like he does about 20 of these in every scene, and so naturally, like a few of them land. A few of them are quite good. But it's you got to sit through a lot of them to get to the good ones, I feel like. I hope as they keep making movies, they refine this stuff, and by the time we get to Duck Soup, it's like their hit rate is a little higher.
Right.
This movie again has like a totally random not random, but it's like a scene where it's just like, now Harpo plays the harp for like 4 minutes.
Yeah, when that happened, I was like, okay, good, I can stop paying attention for a little while.
It's like, oh, okay, I can microwave my soup or whatever. Yeah, I think this movie has pretty much all of the same problems as the Coconuts.
Yeah, the audio's a little bit better.
A little bit, but it's still, even that kind of reminded me of the bit in Singing in the Rain with the pearls. There's nothing quite that bad.
Yeah,
but just things that don't sound well, or sort of unrefined on-set sound that is,
I think,
drowned out by some other noises or something.
In general, last year, the sound was kind of universally poorly recorded.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in pretty much all of the movies this year, it has been decent to good sound recording.
I think, just to go backwards a little bit, I think a reason why I think a lot of the sound works in L'Âge d'Or is because I'm pretty sure most, if not all of it, was not sync sound, in terms of like, it's not on-set audio. I don't think they were recording sound while they were shooting. It lets you put the camera in more places and allows the performances to be a little looser, and then allows the actual sound design to also be a bit looser and more expressionistic and whatever. So I think, so many of the problems of these early sound movies are the limitations of trying to record picture and sound simultaneously. And when you don't try to do that, when you just spaghetti western style just record all the audio afterwards, I think it allows for a sort of a freer filmmaking style.
But hey, if you lock everything off on a stagey set, then it shouldn't matter anyway, even though it does in Animal Crackers.
Yeah. Animal Crackers, kind of a musical. I mean, it is a musical. There's like full-on like stage musical numbers in it.
Yeah. Has a bit of a Gilbert and Sullivan vibe to some of it.
Yeah. I'm familiar with Gilbert and Sullivan. Which are their big ones?
The one that Sideshow Bob sings.
Oh, okay. HMS Pinafore?
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm sure we'll probably get to. Is there a film version of that? Probably.
Probably. Maybe we'll get to the Simpsons episode.